Alright, so Professor Liu is going to teach you chapter 15, number 1 homework is an analysis of sorting algorithm. So this assignment, this project asks you to write a abstract sorting class. Using this abstract sorting class, you are going to sort different algorithms, sorting algorithm. We taught you about bubble sort, max sort, selection sort, quick sort, but you want to see which one is more effective regarding to your data right now. So since you are going, sort is a general concept, but the technique to sort will be different. And so then you need to use you need to write a program to compare when you sort which one take more time to compare, and the less time is better, right? So in before we start this, we need to review our concept sorting algorithm. You have a sort with linear, small to larger, larger to small. You have bubble sort, insertion sort, selection sort. We are going to use the first one, okay, from larger to small, but when we start from the largest one. And this one will give you, and if I have 10 items, that will be 10 times 10, okay, 10 times, each one of them has 10, okay, so that'll be 100 times. All right, the second concept we are going to talk about, we were using the string compare introduction. So when we compare this, then we have, if the first one is greater than the second one, we get 1. Otherwise get -1 or 0. There's a built-in sort. We not using that today, but we using the sorting function, same function, same concept. We are going to use standard swap introduction. Standard swap is a built-in swap function in your standard library. So no further ado, let's start it. Okay, so I need you to create chapter 15 homework 1, and let's do it right now. So first one, let's create a new class. And the class I create, I want to call this as AbstractSort. Abstract, ABST, or AbstractSort, okay? Hold on, let me get my Visual Basic pop out one more time. Okay, so I create a new project. All right, so C++, and next, let me call this chapter 15 classwork 1. Okay, and create. All right, so I'm going to right click it, add a new class, and I'm going to call this AbstractSort. Okay, and hit OK. All right, so I have AbstractSort right now. Let's make it larger. All right, so add AbstractSort this class, and I have a private variable. Let's put private, and it's an integer, and it's called comparison. All right, count. So it's going to see how many count you do the comparison. And next, we are going to have a compare function, but it will be allow your derived class to use. So it has to be protected. So protect this method, your derived class can use it. And we are going to call it compare. And this one we compare to integer. All right. So we have a private, we have protected. We are going to have public. At the public, we are going to have a virtual function. It's called sort. Virtual. And we're going to call it sort. Return nothing, sort. And we are going to sort an integer array. Right? Then we're going to pass the size. And this is a virtual function, so we don't have code. We just set to 0. Okay. Now we are going to have our public function inside is get comparison. Get comparison count. Whenever I get comparison count, and I am going to return my comparison count. Right. All right, so that's one function right here. And let's get second one here. I want to reset comparison count. And for this one is a void function. Reset. Comparison count. At the reset comparison count, I'm just take my comparison count and reset that to 0. All right. So now I complete my declaration. I want to do the definition for my count. Okay. So that's coming here and to make my definition right here. All right, so I am going to make my definition right here under that. Okay, so this is my constructor, this is my declaration, and let's write my definition right now. So into my compare, what I'm going to do is whenever I compare my comparison count is going to increment. That's the first thing you need to do. Then we actually want to return is a number is x minus y. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. Now, so now I actually finish my abstract, my base class AbstractSort, and I'm going to start with my derived class. Okay, my derived class we're going to call it max sort because we're going to start at the end. Okay, so we start from the end. Okay, so we're going to say right click it, add class again. Okay, and this one we're going to call this max sort. Okay, max sort. The max sort is going to inherit AbstractSort. All right, so hit OK. So I'm going to inherit my AbstractSort. Okay, so now let's start it. For this one, because later I need you to use the building function right here, so I have to include algorithm. Sorry. and I also need to include standard library. Okay. I also need to include the standard library. Okay, so once I have that right now, this is my max. That's my max sort. I have. Let's go to public. I don't have a private public, and I have one function. It's void sort. All right, so we are going to remember your abstract sort has a virtual function. Now we're going to write how do we going to sort it. Okay, so the way we sort it is we're going to store integer array, and we are going to give a size. That's what we're going to do. All right, so so that's a we are going to give, that's a declaration. Let's write down the definition right now. All right, so let's do the definition for this one. Later I'll open it out the other one for you. So I'm going to write the definition for this one. All right, so whenever I want to sort, I have to reset my comparison count. Okay, so let's reset that. All right, so once I reset here, I'm going to count it from end. Okay, this one is counting from end. So all right, so I have another 4 right here. That's 4. All right, so first this one, let's make to integer but I'm going to counting from the end. Okay, so I'm actually is going to say this is size minus 1, counting from the end, and as long as I greater than equal, then I'm to the 1. Okay, oh sorry, this has to change to size, and then I have to do minus because I'm from the back right here. Okay, so then when I counting here, number 1 is the first number we are assuming to be the largest one. So I'm going to say integer and index of largest equals 0. So I set that to be 0. Okay, now I am going to move this thing inside right now. So Control X right here and Control V. All right, so I am going to count here, right here, and change this integer. Okay, but I'm going to starting from 1 because the first one already take it, assume that's the largest one right now. All right, so starting from 1, compared to integer equal I. Okay, so now I made the mistake. Integer equal I, then I is greater than, I write a bunch of mistake, right? Greater than E. So this is wrong. Integer equals size minus 1, and I greater than equal 1, I minus. And then here I'm going to call this J. I'm going to call this J. Get rid of this J. All right, so I'm going to call this one. Be careful, don't do everything. I'm going to take this one. Okay, because every time they just J. Okay, then J less than J less than I. Okay, then I'm going to do this one is J plus plus. Okay, and I'm going to get rid of that. Okay, so now when J equal 1, J less than I. Okay, J, and then we do this. Okay, so if I compare, we have a compare function right there, if I compare with my array and with my j, okay, then I compare that one with my array and with my index largest. That's first one. That was the first one. We assigned that to first one. In case we compare of these, then and answer is greater than 0, so in the first one, the second one is greater than first one. That's why it's greater than 0. In case that one, and we're going to let the index largest title be taken by this j now. This one is the new index of the largest right now. So once I finish that, I have to swap this number, right? But I'm going to use a standard library, the swap. Okay, right here. So let's use that. All right. Then I'm going to swap these two numbers. All right. So I'm going to swap to put the integer of largest. All right. So then that is the first right now, and array. Then and this one is I, and so I'm going to swap them. All right. Double check. Okay. So so I swap them. So I check if you know, the second one is actually bigger than the first one, and the second one is the largest right now. So then I swap. So I remember I want this too small to largest. Okay, so this one is smaller, right? So first this one is the largest right now. Okay, so I complete these two. Then I am going to write my sort use sort right now. So I'm right clicking, add a new item, and this will be a C++, and I'm going to just say use abstract and sort, something like that. Okay, and hit OK. All right, so for this one here, I have to include all the library first. Okay, so include first that, and then that. Now this one later I need to do a random number. So because I have to do random number right there, so I need to use C time. Okay, C time. Let me see. Oh, sorry, this one is wrong way. Okay, C time. And let me see. Let me do one more time. Okay, so let me do that. See, time. Okay, so now we are going to do this, and let me see, C time. No. All right, so C time. Then I also I think I also need to use algorithm. Okay, I have to use IO string anyway. All right, so then all right, so let me start it right now. So integer main. All right, so I would like to start this program right now. So first I wanted to have a constant, say max number. Okay, so max num, max num. Okay, max num equal to 100. So we really don't want to be too much, and we have integer array. All right, and that will be max number. Okay, that will be that size, and we're going to have a integer array. Size is 100, but that's maximum. Okay, integer size. All right, so we're going to say CL this program will keep track of the number of comparison require comparison to how to say to sort an array. Okay, that's what we're going to do. All right, so we are going to keep track. Okay, so first of all we say okay, CL enter the a size of an array. All right, array. Okay, less than 100. It's okay. So we tell them that. Okay, so then so we say in size. So we ask them to give us a size right now. After we do this, first we check. Okay, so if your size is actually greater than my max num, so passing my max num right now, so I am going to tell you that say, all right, see out. Okay, copy this. Okay, so that means we ask you to do anything smaller than 100. Okay, then exit. So we exit the program. All right, so now and we continue right now. So here at this moment we do the error handling. All right, so that's fill in the array right now. Random number. All right, so so integer I equals 0, I less than let's do size. Okay, so I always lose something. Okay, so integer I equals 0 and I less than size. So I'm going to do my area, my array I. All right, so equal to, I'm going to use random number. Let me see, do I use already? I need to initialize it first. All right, so let me do that first. Random, okay, and mod by 1000. So means I want a number which are smaller than which are 1 to 1000. I need to initialize this, otherwise I get same number all the time. Okay, that's rand, and I'm going to use time, so current time as my C. So now I initialize that, then right now I have then I have this array to set right now. So first I'm going to say let's see this. Okay, let's say array before sort. Okay, array before sort. Okay, so array before sort is this guy. Let's copy this. No, you just do it here. For, okay, integer. Okay, and this one will be size. All right, and here will be, you are going to see out ARR and this I. Okay, then let's give space 1 2 3. Okay, space. All right, so I finished that right now. So I got, I'll print it out. Okay, hold on, this is already before, so I need to let user see that too. So I say CL array before sort. Okay, backslash, so I can see that too. All right, so when I finish this, I'm going to sort it right now. So the sorted is by max sort max sort, and that's my class. I'm going to has the object called lowercase max sort. Okay, so max sort right here will be able to get our sort function. Okay, then I'm going to sort with my array and with my size. Okay, and after that, that's printed out right now. So we sort it right now. So I'm going to say CL array after sort. Okay, backslash n. All right, so we're going to after sort. Okay, by the way, this I probably need this in front these two. Okay, now after sort, I just copy this line here and Control C. It's okay, and Control V right here. So that's after sort. Okay, then after we sort this, the last thing we need to say how many times we sort, right? So CL. Okay, you say backslash n, the number of comparison performed. All right, performed is, so we want to see how many comparison. Okay, which is you going to measure the efficiency. So that's max sort. Okay, so that's max sort, and you can right here get comparison count. All right, so once I get comparison count right here, I need, and then maybe have end of line. All right, so now I complete this program right now. So I'm going to build it. So build it. Then I'm going to start without debugging. All right, so this small, but I hope you, so there's let's put 10. Okay, let's put 10. 10. Oh, 100 too many. 10. So I have 10 numbers. Okay, then so these numbers right was not sort, the first one. Then later we sorted from smaller to largest. And for this one, the comparison is 36, so this is not bad. Okay, not bad. All right, so let's try another one more time. Okay, so let's start without debugging one more time. Okay, let's put 15. Okay, all right, so this time 15 of them I go to 91. So again, this is by luck. Do you understand? So this program is allowed you to have ability to analyze. So you're doing this one, okay, you're doing max sort, and you can do selection sort and quick sort and other sort. All right, to understand this program. So one more time, this program to allow you to analyze the number of comparisons performed by the sorting algorithm. We show you one, and you should try others. Put them other, and I hope you understand why it has to be abstract sort class, because you know sorting is a general idea, but how do you sort? What's the technique? It's really rely on the derived class, right? So I hope you like this assignment.